Hi, my name is Braden Olson, and like many of you, it wasn't that many years ago that I was sitting in my business room classroom thinking, maybe there's a better way to do this. Now, a couple years later, I have become the founder and CEO of Recurrence Inc., which is a company bringing you the signature case method, which may well be what I believe is a better way of doing education in the classroom. So I want to thank you for participating in this effort, and I also want to thank your professor, who is one of the cutting edge professors who's looking at how do we do it in a better way, how do we innovate and try new things. So I'm looking forward to your feedback, and I'm excited to have all of you participating in this process. Now, you are going to be participating in this new type of case study, what we call the signature case study. There's going to be a lot of challenging and difficult decisions that you have to make, and your teammates are going to have to make. But it's going to be fun along the way because after all, this is a game. And I'm going to offer you a few quick tips on the game itself to help you navigate and win. But before we do that, what you have to understand about logging in is that you and all your teammates have to log in. This is a multiplayer interactive simulation. So you've got to log in, pick an avatar, and select your executive role. Your whole team can pick whatever avatar they want to pick. Doesn't matter. You can have similar avatars. But everybody only has one role. There can only be one CFO, one COO, and you're all jumping into those roles before any decisions can be made. So if nothing's happening, you better check with your other teammates and make sure that they've logged in. Now, if you don't have a full 5 teammates, that's okay. Our game will take over and fill that in, but make sure that all of your teammates that are supposed to be clicked in are clicked in. And once those steps are complete, you'll be able to start making decisions. So the first step is going to be checking out the student dashboard. This is where you know whose turn it is because every decision is made collectively as a team. So you're going to see some circles, and once you see a green check mark, that means it's on to the next person's decision. Every decision, every stage, everybody in the team is going to contribute to that decision. So the first hint I'd like to share in winning is an easy one. Everybody is collaborating. You should be discussing, debating, talking with your team, whether that's on the chat interface or an in-live classroom experience. This kind of conversation is meant to be facilitated. And if you make decisions that are in alignment with each other, you're going to see the best results. That's true of the simulation because it's true of the real world as well. So for the second piece of advice, I'm talking right to the CFOs. If you decide to be the CFO, listen up. You're going to begin with the budget that you need to allocate to the rest of your teammates for what we call supporting projects. So just as in the real life, you have to be careful with how you spend your money. The old adage, don't spend it all in one place, is going to apply here. To help with the allocations we provide, there's information sheets outlining all the support projects for each crisis. To access that, you just click the eye icon next to the support project in the budget allocation screen. So while we're on the topic of budgets, let's talk about those income statements. The purpose of the income statements in this game is to help you keep track of your game progress, because ultimately you're receiving revenues and bonuses from increasing those 3 core satisfaction metrics. And again, those satisfaction metrics were chosen because that's also what drives real-world organizations. How are your employees doing? How are your shareholders doing? And how are your clients or customers doing? So expenses are taken from the costs involved in making decisions and the money that you're allocating to your support projects, which you'll learn more about as you play. So my third piece of advice goes to everyone. For every decision you make in the game, you will be asked to provide feedback. This is important because this is helping your professor meet you where you're at, figure out why you're thinking and making the decisions that you're making. And if this is something that's going to be used in your classroom, it's giving you great insight into why you made the decision you made, even if it might be a month later that you go back and talk about it. So just give real thought to those answers and do it in the moment with whatever you were thinking at that time. And the last thing here is you have the opportunity to participate in leadership challenges. Do it frequently and often because that is a tool for you. It's going to help you identify your leadership style based on the answers you provide. So the more answers you provide, the better we can offer you an accurate assessment of your leadership style, which will also then give cool, fun things that can give you more thoughts about that, or books that you can read, or things that you might be interested in. And the idea is to meet you where you are. And, it's okay to be all kinds of different types of leaders, but help us figure out who you are, and we're going to try and get you some cool stuff that'll interest you. So lastly, this is a game. Have fun with it. We're trying to build a new frontier in classroom education. I know I'm not going to be the first person to tell you, and it's not the first time you've thought, why can't games be in the classroom? There are tons of challenges in making that happen, but your professor is one of the professors who's trying to help us break that barrier. And you participating in this are one of the students that is helping us break that barrier. So help us with your feedback. This is not the last and end all be all of what we're doing. This is the awesome start that we're super excited to share with you and look forward to having your participation in. If you have any questions, encounter any problems, or anything, any feedback, valuable criticisms or comments that you think would help us, that will enhance this experience for future generations, give it to us. We have a chat integrated into the game. We're completely accessible to you, and I'm super excited to have you participate. Thank you so much.